Breaking news today.
Please subscribe and then check notification box to get all breaking news alerts.
Florida Democratic Representative Frederica Wilson knows how to steal the spotlight and grab America's attention, even if it makes her out to be an utter fool. She has been soaking up her 15 minutes of shame since coming forward and openly lying about President Donald Trump, but this time, she's dragging his 11-year-old son, Barron, into her childish battle. After opening her mouth, she was in for a rude awakening as she got the reality check that she had earned. The Florida Democrat in the rhinestone cowboy hat has yet again made headlines, proving just how mentally unstable she is. As soon as she opens her mouth, you can expect her to dig her own grave between her arrogant and often false comments and anti-Trump propaganda, but this time she took it to a whole new level. Wilson first made headlines most recently when she accused President Trump of being heartless during his phone call to a grieving widow, but it was quickly proven to be a lie. Now, Wilson is sinking to her lowest possible level and bringing the president's 11-year-old son Barron into her feud with Donald Trump. According to the Gateway pundit, earlier this week, Wilson took a few more shots at President Trump, predicting his resignation to avoid impeachment before dragging Barron's name into things. Representative Frederica Wilson, Democrat Florida, predicted that President Donald Trump will eventually resign from office to avoid impeachment by making up an excuse such as somebody is trying to kill Barron Trump, his 11-year-old son. "We just have to, like the slogan says, stay woke, just stay woke, be careful, because I can see the wheels turning now. We're marching toward impeachment, there's no question about it. If that happens, are we prepared? Because it's going to happen," Wilson said Thursday at the annual Legislative and Policy Conference organized by Al Sharpton's National Action Network, NAN, on Capitol Hill. "So we have to make sure, Reverend Sharpton, that we are prepared when this happens so we don't just wake up one day blindsided," she added. "I think it's just going to get so tight and it's going to close in and then everybody is going to be indicted around this president, and then he is going to realize he is probably next on the list. And I think he is going to come up with an excuse like somebody is trying to kill Barron, and so I'm going to resign." What Wilson basically did here was planted a seed for her followers who are just as crazy as she is. When some leftist lunatic, who still isn't over the election loss from a year ago, starts making threats against an innocent child in hopes of scaring his father into resigning as president, we have Wilson to thank. What's worse, I think she's wrong. Even given those circumstances, I don't believe Trump would tuck tail and resign. So, this evil beast of a woman just put Barron into leftist crosshairs for nothing, and I'm not the only one who's furious about it. It took no time at all for the internet to defend the innocent 11-year-old who got pulled into a petty feud against his will. America's standing up for poor Barron, insisting Wilson leave him alone. One angry user wrote, "Is that how you arrive at your political agendas? By dragging an 11-year-old child into your drama?" Of course, people are livid over her impeachment comments regarding Trump as well, since when it comes to impeachment, all Democrats do is talk about it. Even with millions of our tax dollars spent in worthless investigations, they can't seem to come up with anything other than their threatening words about it. Wilson has a lot of nerve bringing Trump's son into the mix. The Democratic Party will stoop to any low to trash Trump and try to prevent a successful presidency. However, her obsession with trying to stay relevant continues to do Wilson more harm than good, as all she does is prove just how much of a train wreck she is. Dragging an innocent child into her drama in an attempt to further her political agenda is precisely why an increasing number of people don't take the Democrats seriously anymore. Wilson is a disaster for her party, but luckily for Republicans, her big mouth seems to be the gift that keeps on giving. Every time she opens it, she gives her constituents plenty of reasons to vote her out of office. Share the story and leave a comment by clicking one of the buttons below. Follow us on Facebook at Mad World News.